Not sure if that got caught.
I don't think
Welcome
so.
back.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. It is Mary the Heel as always with my girl Maddie. Maddie, how are you doing?
I'm tired, but I feel good. Um, this is weird. It's just kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, it's always like such an adrenaline dump when you are at WrestleMania and then you like go back to normal life and you're
Yeah,
like,
and
what is this, you know?
also because
But
they're still in Philly, so I'm like, ah.
yeah. But for
Oh,
anyone who doesn't know, Maddie went to WrestleMania XL, aka WrestleMania 40, and she's wearing such an eyesore at this moment, but it's okay.
that's so beautiful.
And I'm wearing our shirt, so we're still working on these guys. We'll get it together at some point. But should we just get into it? Because
Yeah,
well, actually, first of all, I want to hear about like your experience. How was it?
I gotta be honest. I'm surprised that my vocal cords are working. I am surprised that my voice is normal because when Cody won, like if anybody saw the video, it's on my page. Yeah, probably very loud screaming. I hugged so many people who I don't even know.
Oh,
It was very very special.
I love that.
There were tears. That was great. I think night one was cold. Like I know everyone on Twitter was dragging us saying we were dead, and I'm not even really gonna defend us too much because we were pretty dead.
Mhm.
But y'all gotta understand, like we were not prepared. It was freezing cold. Like I had lost the feeling in my feet. But night two, we came with layers, and it
Yes.
was also a lot warmer, somewhat. It was still pretty cold, but at the end, also the adrenaline in Musol just really kept us all warm. It was crazy. I have never sat in traffic for that long in my entire life. But happy to report that it was worth it. It really, really was.
I'm so glad that you had the best time. Literally, I wish I could have gone so bad. These 2 nights of WrestleMania, I mean, like Mr. Triple H said, we are in the Paul Levesque era. And, I know we're going to talk about it probably when we talk about night two, but Mother Stephanie McMahon came out and I wanted to cry. I love her so much, you
Yeah,
know.
that was that was pretty crazy. I
It was,
none of
it was
us were
shocking.
expecting that. My section popped pretty loud for her, which was cool. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that she's back. I hope that the rumors are not true that she wasn't involved in all of the issues that were going on, all the controversy, but I've always loved Stephanie like since she started being on TV, in WWE. So she just has a special place in my heart because she's a boss bitch, and
Yeah.
she walked out like a boss, and I was just like I was so emotional. But well, we're here to talk about the matches. I don't know if I have these in order. Probably not because like I don't remember the full order, but we'll start with obviously what opened night one, which is Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, and Mommy retained. So all of the Becky stands, sorry about it.
So I had to.
So what was it like seeing this match live? Like because watching it on TV, it felt okay. It didn't live up to Rhea and Charlotte's match from last year, in my opinion.
Wow. I was wondering that when I was watching. I was like, I wonder how this looks to everybody on who's watching like on TV.
Mhm.
Because honestly, like I mean, the main event, obviously the crowd probably popped the loudest for, but Becky versus Rhea was the match that people popped for like second loudest. Very,
Yeah,
very loud.
sure,
People
for sure.
really I loved it. That was my favorite match of night one. Hot take.
Is that a hot take?
I don't know. I mean, like the tag match was fine, whatever. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But the fact that not only did Becky go out there with strep throat, and
Yeah.
100-degree fever, but Rhea also had a panic attack right before. So, you know, I think they killed it. I think they did a fantastic job. I loved it from start to finish. I thought it was
Mhm.
amazing. Um, I thought it was better. Did it? Well, okay, no, I don't think it was better than Rhea versus Charlotte, but
And I think
it was
that's why,
close.
like, because I was comparing it to last
Yeah,
year's match.
but when you
So
don't compare it, I would give that maybe 4.5 stars out of 5. It
wow,
was
okay.
really, really good. I haven't seen Becky Lynch move like that in a while.
Mhm,
Um, kind of ironic because she was sick, but I feel like she was doing some new things. She
mhm,
was going outside her comfort zone a little bit, and I appreciated that. And I got to be honest, at one point I started rooting for her. I started going Becky, Becky, and then Rhea retained. I was very happy about that. I don't think her reign has been that great, so that's why I was
mhm.
kind of okay if Becky had won. But I loved this match. I thought it was an amazing way to start the show.
And I feel like the crowd was very 50-50 on this, like, there was
No, they were not.
well, it sounded that way because there was Becky chants, but then there was also mommy chants, and I just feel like it kept going back and forth. Like, at least from the way I heard it on TV, maybe they were doing something with the audio, I don't know, but it sounded pretty like they were rooting for both women the entire time.
As someone who was in the crowd, I can tell you that the crowd was 90% Rhea and 10% Becky. They were booing the absolute piss out of Becky Lynch
Oh,
from
yeah, then
start to finish. When she was
they
coming
definitely
out, booze, 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 booze. So WWE might have been piping something in there. But
they
yeah,
were turning down those boos because I don't think I really
they
heard
were
the boos
loud.
that much for
They were
Becky.
loud.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did not join in though.
Let the record show.
Yes.
But yeah, and one thing that I wanted to talk about was their ring gear. I wish Rhea would have worn white, but I understood that she couldn't because Becky had like a lot of white on. She had the pages like on her dress from her book, had the title on her sleeves. Her graphic, before she came out was like quotes from her book and stuff, which I thought was unique. I feel like it went on a little too long when they were reading all the quotes and stuff. Um, but other than that, I really liked it. Their makeup was kind of similar, which is
Mm,
like being nitpicky, but um, overall, yeah, great start, great opening for WrestleMania Night One.
yeah.
The the 6 pack ladder match that came after this. What? Okay, first of all, shout out to A Town Down Under for being the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Did not see the Awesome Truth winning coming.
Oh,
I
I called that from a mile away. I think I
I
even
don't
said that in the
know.
predictions like 2 weeks ago or last week.
Yeah. I just like didn't think they would give it to them. Like I don't know. But I'm so glad because our Truth and the Miz are just so fantastic. Our Truth is hilarious. He deserved that WrestleMania win, his first WrestleMania win,
Which
which
is
is
crazy.
crazy how long he's been in the company. So congratulations to our Truth. We love you here. Um, I think this match was great. They killed it. Whoever was doing the graphics, hope you
Oh
didn't
my
lose your job
god. New Catch
because
Republic. I am so sorry.
yeah, whoever was supposed to be changing the graphics, how you doing? Because it was a big oof.
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad for them, but I loved DIY's entrance. I loved that they played into the
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels and Triple H thing. That was really cool, and that they did some of their move set during the match. I thought that was really cool.
It was
But
cool, but I sorry, I hope that's the
no, go ahead.
last time they kinda lean into that because 'cause they're kinda overdoing it a
Yeah.
bit. I'm like, "Alright."
I mean, I think yeah, I was just leading up to this, so I'm hoping that they don't like continue to do that.
Yeah.
But um, being there, how sketchy did the latter spots look? Because on TV, I was like having a panic attack.
Um, well, I remember that I believe it was Damien who tried to set up one of the ladders, but one of the refs quickly said, "Hey man, that ladder's broken."
Mhm.
Because at least where I was sitting, we were all very confused when Damien just took this ladder and chucked it out. We had obviously didn't hear the refs say, we're all the way in the back, um, say that it was broken. So we were like, "What?" Um, Now that I've watched it back, it makes sense.
Mhm.
Um, no, I think the main thing was that when Austin and Grayson won, it was so quiet because people
Yeah.
were shocked, not mad, just surprised. Like I was like, "What?" And then yeah, that was weird. I didn't expect it. I don't like all the hate that they're getting though. Kind of weird. Cuz y'all wanted the tag title split and now they're
Mhm.
split and you're still finding a way to complain. Um Johnny into the table with was it Tyler? I think it might have been Tyler. That was cool, that spot,
Mhm.
but I think the ladders in general were shaky because they were just snapping like twigs. I mean, Damien almost climbed this broken ladder, and
Yeah.
obviously we didn't know at the time that it was broken, but yeah, it was weird. I loved this match a lot.
Mhm.
I was not a huge fan of the winners, just being a big Judgment Day fan, which by the way, seeing their entrance in person, oh my god.
Oh, did it
It was
slay?
so tough. It was so tough. Oh my god, I loved it. But yeah, I mean, I was fine with it. We'll get to what with Damien. We'll get to that, but
Mhm.
Judgment Day on top once again.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying about Judgment Day. Like, it's sad that, we're kind of moving away from that, but I mean, it is what it is. And if people are hating on A Town Down Under, bye, because I
Yeah,
think they're gonna be hilarious champs. And even if it's a short reign, like
it
I
probably
think
will be too.
probably, but I think they still are gonna do great. But yeah, I mean, it was
Mhm.
really shocking when they won because how early it was. Like, it was just
Mhm.
strange that the match was still going for another, like, I don't know, what, 5 or 6 minutes at least. So it's like, it just felt kind of awkward, but
Yeah.
yeah, it sounded pretty quiet because
Yeah,
everybody
we
was
were
just shocked.
very surprised. Like I don't think a lot of people knew what to do. We were like,
Yeah.
"Okay." Like very like that.
Yeah, like, "Oh, okay, this is already happening. Oh, okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll move on to in this match, which is Ray, and now it was Andrade instead of Dragon Lee versus Dominic and Santos Escobar. First of all, Andrade killed it. He slayed. He slayed in this match. I think he carried. I think all of their ring gear was chef's kiss. Loved it. Santos looks like such a star. But
Mhm.
what were your thoughts on this match?
Sad to report that the crowd did not give a damn about this match. This was actually the match where
Oh.
I think someone okay, that was weird. I think I actually saw no, this was the match I saw the most people get up and go to the bathroom and get like drinks and stuff. Um, which doesn't make me happy. It sucked.
Mhm.
I enjoyed watching Andrade wrestle. I watched a lot of his stuff in AEW and he is amazing. So while I was very sad that Dragon Lee wasn't on the card because if you watch NXT, you know how amazing he is.
Mhm.
It was still kind of a win-win. But yeah, this was a good match. It was predictable. It was fine. It was just very whatever to me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and then Jason Kelsey coming out. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, him and the other guy. Sorry, Jonathan's gonna kill me because I don't know because Jonathan's a big Eagles fan. Anyway, so they came out with the luchador masks and helped Ray and Andrade get the win. Um, which they usually do these type of celebrity spots, and I guess Jason Kelsey is like a really big Rey Mysterio fan, so that was cool, and got to have his little WrestleMania moment. And of course, like, someone on commentary said something about Taylor Swift, and it's like, guys, just let him be him.
I'm
Just
glad
just
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they were like Taylor Swift's boyfriend's brother. I'm like, guys, he is literally a retired NFL player who had like an incredible career. Let's just let that be that. We don't need to bring up Taylor Swift. Um,
I
but
also saw somebody on Twitter be like, "I don't know why these guys are here. Like, this is ridiculous." And I was like, "You do realize that first of all, we're in Philadelphia. That's
yeah.
first and foremost. Second of all, the stadium we're in is where the Eagles play. That's second of all. Okay. And the guy who came out, oh, wait for it, guys, plays for the Eagles
Hmm.
or used to. That's why he's there. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?" That was so, but the crowd did pop for that. We
Hmm.
love our Eagles. We do, even though they really let us down last year. And so did the Phillies, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Overall, I like this match. I think this match was definitely like slept on because I think it was a great match.
I think someone's in my apartment right now.
Girl,
I'm too
you
lazy
better
to
be
get
lying.
up.
Oh,
I don't know. I keep hearing noises of hello.
well, let's hope you're safe.
It'd be a good clip if I got just like brutally murdered.
Oh my god! Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Okay,
let's stop.
no,
I'll get us
we're
banned.
oh. Okay, we're gonna move on to Bianca, Jade, and Naomi versus Damage Control. Let me just say, my favorite entrances of the night.
Yeah.
These were my favorite. Bianca, Jade, and Naomi slayed the house down. I loved their ring gear. I loved how it all flowed and interconnected. They looked fantastic. Damage Control's entrance was really cool. Kyrie and Asuka looked chef's kiss. Uh,
And Dakota was there too. No, I'm kidding.
well, she looked kind of basic, but it's okay. It's okay. You know,
Mm.
that's just that. But it just feel like it just I don't know. Basic is not her aesthetic based on what I've seen on like her Instagram and like her other ring gear. So this was kind of like a letdown for me. But these were definitely my favorite entrances, and I feel like I feel like this match could have given a little bit more, but I still loved it.
Um, yeah, crowd once again did not give a damn. It was actually Bianca who really got the crowd starting to wake up. Very proud of her when she got in the ring and started, you know, excuse me, getting everybody fired up. Then the crowd started to wake up, doing the EST chants. As a huge Bianca fan, I was very happy to see that. Damage Control came out and I started laughing. Like I
What?
just busted out laughing. That theme, bro. Oh my god. Like
Uh,
it's not, it's better than the one they previously had, but it's just it's not good. I don't know. I just busted out laughing. And then of course Jade, Naomi, and Bianca come out looking like Beyonce, you know.
mhm,
Yeah, the match was fine. I don't know, whatever. I wasn't loving it. I think Bianca was probably the MVP as per usual. Um Jade getting the pin, that was fine, you
mhm,
know. I expected that. But yeah, the crowd didn't care and that kind of killed my mood for it
mhm.
because I love Bianca. I'm always excited to see her. She got the biggest pop out of all of those women, which I loved that. But yeah, I don't know. I just get sad when people don't care about women's wrestling, and then that kind of just brought down my mood a bit. But, you know, very predictable match. It was fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody thought Damage Control was gonna win, they were Delulu. But
Delusion.
I think Naomi, I don't know if it's like still just she's not used to the WWE like style anymore, or I don't know what's going on, but she just looked kind of slow and like not her usual dynamic self, which was kind of disappointing. But and we'll talk about it in a minute, but I feel like Jimmy was also a little bit that way during their match. So I don't know if like they're not working out. Like I don't know what is going on with them, but I just feel
We'll
like
get to
she
that match in a minute because I have a lot to say about Jimmy versus Jay. But
yeah, I feel like
um,
Naomi just didn't put on her best performance, which was unfortunate. But someone had posted this on like Instagram or Twitter or something, but it was that Naomi is the only woman who was in WrestleMania 30 who was now also in WrestleMania 40. And I thought
wow,
that was really cool.
respect, respect.
Yeah, so she's a veteran of the game and I know that she can do better. So hopefully she's just still kind of getting used to everything again and we'll see better from her in days to come.
I'll cut her a little slack simply because it was cold as balls and the crowd just didn't care. And honestly, if I was her, I probably wouldn't have been that motivated either. But I thought she did all right. You know, it was fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, we'll just talk about it now. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Okay, the crowd let me down the with Jay's entrance. I feel like they
We
could
were
have gave
loud as hell. What are you
no,
talking about?
but the arms, I feel like they could have gave a little bit more. I don't know, based on what the camera pan, it didn't look like it was giving. Maybe, not in the camera point of view, it was better. But
Are you sure we were all doing it? And to
I mean,
actually
the yeets were incredible though.
yeah, to actually be there in person and do because I've never been for when Jay finally like when he started doing that. This was my first time and it was
Mhm.
cool. It was really, really cool. I'm just gonna say what everyone's thinking. This match sucked doo-doo ass cheeks. It was horrible. It was the worst match of the night. It was terrible. Plain and simple.
Okay, tell us how you really feel. Damn.
Jaden, fuck off. Sorry. That was my one
No, but
swear.
tell me why you feel that way, like that it was the worst match of the night.
I don't mean any disrespect when I say this, but it was the same person wrestling it themselves, basically. And I'm not saying they're the same person, they're obviously very different, but they have the exact same move set.
Mhm.
They obviously know each other very well, which is cool, but they gave nothing. It was not good. And the fact that when Jay speared Jimmy off the ramp on night 2, that one moment was better than their entire match. And I knew that this match wasn't going to be good because, like I said, they have the exact same move set. They do the
Mhm.
exact same things. And when you take that and put 2 of those in the ring, what do you get? Like, it's just, I don't know. It was very underwhelming. I agree. And after, like, the crowd was excited at first for Jay, but after a while, we were like, man, what the hell is this? Like, this is not brother versus brother. This is mid. It was not good. And I'm not saying that Jay and Jimmy are bad wrestlers, not saying that at all. I'm just saying that because they have the exact same moveset and style and went against each other, nothing good can really come from that, in my opinion.
I mean, I think from like a story perspective, for me, it was one of the better ones. Like, I really enjoyed their video package. I really enjoyed like Jimmy kind of playing into the sympathy and being like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And, Jay obviously fell for it. And then Jimmy took advantage of it. Like, I enjoyed those aspects of it, and we were actually counting the super kicks, and I don't remember what it got up to, but it was like at least 16. Like
Oh man.
so many super kicks, which like, when you think about how deep it is, like for two brothers who have spent their entire career being tag team partners and then going against each other. I just wish this match would have been built up a little bit more. I think that would have made it better. And I I mean, I agree. I guess we could have seen something like different from them, like
You
if they
should have had a
pulled up
stipulation.
or if they like pulled out stuff that they never do or, something. But I think just from a storytelling perspective, it was good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was also a little bit slow.
Yeah.
It was a little bit slow.
This could have
Mm,
easily been, in my opinion, I think this should have been a last man standing match.
that would have been
Um,
great.
that would have made perfect sense to me. They would have
Mhm,
been able to do things that would not only excite the crowd, but it would go out of their comfort zones and allow them to be a little more flexible with each other and their movesets. But
mhm.
it was not good. It was not good. Like I feel like you're gonna disagree with me on this, but LA Knight versus AJ Styles was 10 million times better. It really was in a wrestling aspect. Like it was so much better. So I was disappointed by this match, but not surprised. I
That's
told y'all
fair.
this was gonna happen.
Well, we'll move on to a match that completely had me shooketh.
Oh, yeah.
The IC title match with Gunther versus Sammy. Uh, I was speechless, Maddie.
Yeah.
The fact that Sami Zayn beat Gunther at WrestleMania, I'm speechless. I don't know what to make of this.
I'm happy for Sammy. I love Sammy so much, but I still stand by what I said last week. I think Gunther's reign deserved a way better ending. It deserved an actual storyline, not just Sami Zayn being like, "Hey, I think I can beat you." Like, I don't know. I just felt like in a sense it was kind of not disrespectful to Gunther, but if I was him, I would have felt slighted because that was an amazing reign and it just deserved so much better.
To be
Like,
ended by Sammy, like, no offense, love Sammy, but he is not physically on the same level as Gunther.
that wasn't even my like if they had done like a storyline between those two and it had been going on since like 2 months ago, then it would have been fine.
Mhm.
Like it would have been great in my opinion. But because that was lacking, like if what they should have done was had that match ages ago, have Sammy lose and then have him build up, build up. I can do this. I believe in all
Mhm.
this bullshit, and then have him win. That would have been great. And then, of course, you have Ilya come out tonight and beat Shinsuke, and I'm like, that's the person that should have beat Gunther. Shout out to Michael Cole for mentioning that. I don't
That's
know.
like
I
a
mean,
spoiler.
oh, sorry. But yeah, I love Sammy. I'm very happy. I don't have any complaints. I just, well, I guess I do, but I
Yeah,
just
we'll get
feel
into it.
like it could have it could have happened later. I just don't think that that was the right move, really.
Yeah, I much would have preferred Chad Gable. I think he had the potential to do it. I understand that he is not technically like as big of a star as Sammy, which is unfortunate because I think he should be. But yeah, I was shook. I was gagged.
Yeah,
I could not believe it.
yeah.
And you know, I don't know what's next for Gunther, but I know it's going to be big things.
World Heavyweight Championship.
You think he's going to go for Damian Priest?
I hope so. Love you, Damien, but I hope so.
Well, last match for night one was obviously the tag team match with Cody and Seth versus Roman and The Rock. Let me just say, did not like Seth's ring gear when he came out. Night two was way better. Cody looked chef's kiss, incredible.
What do you mean night 2 is better? He came out looking like a bird.
Huh?
Seth?
I preferred that to whatever was on his shoulder on night one.
I
That
thought
was
he
just
was
it was just
giving.
weird. No, it was not giving.
I would like to take this moment to take accountability and say I was wrong about The Rock. I admit when I was wrong. He was not gassed after 5 minutes. I admit I was wrong. He's still annoying as balls, but you know what? He did good. I think he did a really good job.
Mhm. Yeah, I think once he got going, it was like seeing the old Rock. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like he sold really well. He was his endurance was good. Like, I think he did really good. Roman clearly had gotten in shape for this match. He looked so different. He had gotten a tan. Because normally, like, his belly is normally not like that toned, but like he was giving abs on night one. And Seth kind of looked like, the dad bod of the
We
four.
I I am not a part of this, you guys. I do not
It was
agree with this.
it was giving dad bod. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, compared to like Cody, Roman, and how The Rock looked, like it just it wasn't hidden. And that's okay. We still love you, Seth.
I don't agree with that, but fair
Well,
enough.
maybe in person it looks better than on TV. I don't know. Maybe the TV adds 10 pounds.
I mean, it's hard to argue between Cody and Seth which one is better at wrestling. In my personal, well, I'm not going to share that, but
Oh.
Seth was either the first or second best wrestler in that match, depending on what you think. Like,
Mhm.
and he did his thing. He delivered. He sold very well for The Rock, and I love that. But yeah, I mean this match was very whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I was definitely stressed out for a lot of it. Cody's back must be in so much pain after all these whips this boy has been getting over the past 2 weeks. like his back is brutalized. And I loved Mama Rhodes being there. Mama Johnson was there too.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was just yelling at my screen like, Mama Johnson, how are you condoning your son's behavior right now? Oh, and really quick side note, Leah Maivia got added to the Hall of Fame, which love that. And uh, The Rock's mom inducted her.
That
So
was
I thought
cool.
that was yeah, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, this match just had me stressed from beginning to
Oh,
end.
sorry.
Oh.
Glitch, my bad.
But the ending, with Seth on the ground and Cody in the same pose that he was in last year at Mania when he lost to Roman,
I know.
I was like gonna lose it because I was like, oh my gosh, not the same camera angle. I can't do this. I can't can't do this.
Where we were so cold, and then Roman and Rock took forever to make their entrances. So many
Mhm.
people in my section were like, "Can they hurry this up? I'm freezing." The entrances, not the match. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the actual match was kind of whatever, but like the storyline around it, and then the actual like ambiance, and then they were going outside the ring and doing stuff. That was really, really good. Um, I mean, there wasn't.
Mhm.
It didn't feel like there was like a whole. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned Rock's entrance. That was crazy. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
final boss. Dude, like I was kind of cringing a little bit. it was
I
it was a
mean,
little corny, but it was still cool. Like it was really cool.
it was giving Mortal Kombat, but that's okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
It was still really cool and like all the lightning and the graphics, like
Mhm.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But so you said that your favorite match from night one was which one?
Becky versus Rhea.
Okay. I am torn between that match and the six pack ladder match because I thoroughly enjoyed the ladder match, even though I was stressed the whole time and like gasping for air. But
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't stressed about this match because I knew that Rock and Roman were gonna win. It was just a matter of who they were gonna pin. I'm glad it was Cody because I didn't want Seth looking weak going into his match, despite
Mhm.
the fact that he lost anyway. But it's okay.
Well, that's perfect transition because night two started with Seth versus Drew.
And
And let me
CM Punk on
just
commentary.
okay, and Maddie, I did not know that WrestleMania was starting at 4. I had assumed that it was starting at 5. So literally, like, I thought there was a pre-show match on because
Yeah.
people were talking about that it was already starting. And so I texted my brother and I was like, "What match is on right now?" And he was like, "It's Drew and Seth." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So
Hmm.
I booked it to his house so that we could watch it and like not be too far behind. But I why did it start at 4?
I
Why?
was so shocked. Imagine, because we didn't know either. Like, so imagine my surprise where we get there to our seats like relatively early. It's
Mhm.
like 6:45. We're vibing. We're just on our phones, and then whoa, and we're like, "What the hell, Becky? What's going on?" Like that was crazy. But I was relieved because that meant we didn't have to sit there for like another hour waiting,
Yeah.
and then be there late at night. But anyway, moving on to this match. Seth Rollins is one of the greatest to ever do it. He is so good. Like I don't oh god, like not only did he have an amazing performance, but he also really sold his ass off for Drew. And I
Mhm.
appreciate that. I loved when he came out with the is it Mumbo band? I don't want to mispronounce that.
Oh,
But
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
and and CM Punk goes, "Look at this goof." I loved Punk on commentary. He was an essential piece to it. I loved it.
He
I
was so obnoxious, more obnoxious than Pat McAfee was.
He was beautiful. He was perfect. I love that even he gave Seth his flowers. I thought that was very cool. Love to hear that. Punk was actually quiet for a majority of the match, I feel like, which I was okay with because I think he wanted to make sure the focus was on Drew and Seth.
Mhm.
This was such a good match though. The near falls were crazy. We started off with a Claymore and ended it with a
Yeah,
Claymore. And then you never turn your back on the Judgment Day.
yeah. I mean, really quickly, I'll just say this match was just finishers, finisher after finisher after finisher. Like that was the whole match, which it kind of made it feel really fast paced and like we're just coming out the gate hot on night two. And I really didn't know if night 2 was going to be better than night 1, because night 1 I had a fantastic time. I thought all the matches were good. And so I was like, night 2 better serve.
It was better.
And
It was so much better.
night 2 served.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match was just wild from start to finish. And then obviously Damian Priest cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, and I didn't know. I really thought he was going to lose. Like, I thought it was going to be a failed cash in. And
You can thank
I
CM Punk for that.
I saw a TikTok where this girl was just yelling at her screen like, "You should have just left."
I saw that too. Shout out to her.
Shout out to you. I don't remember your username, but shout out to you, because you told him, girl, he should have just left the ring, but instead he had to go and talk smack to CM Punk, and it cost him. So Drew had his moment, and then immediately it was taken away.
And then Punk's just sitting crisscross applesauce on the Spanish announce table, like, it's so beautiful, Damian Priest. It's so beautiful. But I love that the theme, and we'll get to talking about this again in the main event, but I love that the theme of this WrestleMania was your unhealthy obsessions will be your downfall.
Yeah. And it's so true, because he was talking all this trash to Seth, saying, hey, keep your eye on the ball. Like, don't get yourself involved in all this bloodline nonsense. And then he did the exact same thing with CM Punk. Like, he just couldn't leave it alone. And, oh my God, almost fell. Sorry, girl.
Wouldn't be meet us in the ring without some kind of technical difficulty.
Yeah, I had to plug in my laptop because it was going to die. But as I was saying, yeah, he got too obsessed with CM Punk, and it cost him.
Everyone's obsessed with CM Punk. Everyone should be.
Oh.
No. I also, by the way, I'm
awesome.
really mad that they didn't show CM Punk's entrance on TV, because we popped so freaking loud, and then it just wasn't on TV.
Oh, really?
That was a massive L. But it was cool. But I loved when Punk was like, you know what? I've had enough of it. I'm gonna beat your ass. And then of course it's set up for the meme, because we've never had the CM Punk, meme where, and then the Judgment Day music starts playing. So we finally got that, and I was happy about that. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Damian Priest. I was really,
so happy
really, he deserves it. He really does. I think it'll be a short-lived reign. But I'm okay. Give me at least give me like 80 days. Give me at least 80 days. And it's his first world championship, so I don't think it needs to be very long. I'm kind of tired of the long title reigns anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll lose it at Clash. Or no, is it? Yeah, they're doing Clash at the Castle again, right?
They are, but I don't know what pay-per-view. Well, Backlash is next, and then Money in the Bank, and then Clash, I think.
Or maybe Clash is after SummerSlam. But either way, Damian will probably lose it to Drew then, which I'm okay with.
You think it's going to be Drew?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say Gunther.
Oh.
At Clash at the Castle.
Triple threat?
Oh. I wouldn't mind it.
I would love to see, because heel Drew has been so elite. That man tweeted during his match. That was iconic. And I am loving everything he's doing. This man got on his knees in front of Punk and presented this title and said, I want to get this frame, sticking his ass in the It was beautiful. And heel Drew deserves a moment. I felt really bad for him. I hope he wasn't like genuinely sad or anything, because to get your moment in front of the fans and then have it right away from you, it's crazy. You only have one person to blame for that, and it's not CM Punk. It's yourself, Drew. Because you should have just gone to the back. You should have flipped the bird and then gone straight to the back. So,
and I think Damian Priest being champion is really indicative of the Paul Levesque era.
Judgment Day on top. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Bloodline is dead, and Judgment Day is here to stay, and they're here to slay. I loved when all the members of the Judgment Day came out. I thought that was really cute.
I know, that was so cute and so sweet. But we'll move on to the Philly Street Fight, which is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament. This was the go to the bathroom match for me.
Really, crowd loved
Okay,
this match.
yeah, and like I loved that. Oh my gosh, what am I blinking?
BFAB.
Well, yeah, her spot with Scarlett doing,
BFAB 8.
yeah, she
Yes.
did,
She got a big pop
doing the
too.
Russian leg sweep to the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Bubba Ray Dudley being the guest referee. That was very cool. I loved seeing him there. And the fact that like
Yeah.
he put on the glasses and then had Bobby Montez and Angelo Dawkins get the tables. The crowd, oh my gosh, for the get the tables, y'all killed it. Y'all slayed.
I have to admit, we spent about half of that match chanting for um the staff to turn the screen on. We were
Oh
chanting "Turn
no.
the screen on" for like half of that match because above the ring, as you guys know, they have the monitor, and for us, or I think for everybody, it was off. And being somewhat far away, we were kind of having trouble. So we're half of
Mhm.
that match, and I feel bad because we did enjoy the match and we were paying attention, but we were chanting because we wanted to watch it. So half of that match was spent chanting for them to
That
turn the
happened at
fucking
that happened at WrestleMania 39 too. Like I don't know what the issue is with that, but that happened during trying to remember what match. I don't remember what match it happened during, but yeah, we were all just like fix the screen, fix the screen
Yeah.
because like when you're up really high, you can't really see. They look like little ants, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because you're at that point you're there for the vibes because you can't really see them.
I feel bad for people in the nosebleeds, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but and this match was fine. I feel like it could have gone a little bit longer considering it was
Yeah.
a street fight, but
Mhm.
I understand they didn't have all the time in the world. But I think it was good that Bobby and the Street Profits won. Um, kind of bored with Final Testament. I don't really care for them.
Everyone is like
I preferred Karrion Cross by himself. Yeah, overall this match was fine. I'm glad the Street Profits had their WrestleMania moment again. Um,
the
but yeah.
table that broke before they even did anything.
Stop. I almost forgot about that.
We were
Oh my god.
cracking up. But then shout out to was it Angela who immediately just went and got another table. They were like, I'm gonna fix this real quick. We absolutely loved that.
Yeah. But we'll move on to the next match, which was LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Well, I don't know what the order was. This might have been before. I don't know.
I think
But
this was right after, but yeah.
yeah, Philly was loud with those LA Knight chants. AJ Styles looks jacked out of his mind. He like, hey, people are like, oh, Royd's Styles, and I'm like, oh,
Oh
oh,
no.
oh.
Can we talk about though
I
how
mean,
literal war crime was committed during this freaking match? That
what?
new theme for AJ
Oh,
Styles, crowd hated it.
yeah. I mean, listen, I understand they want to give him a different theme song because he's a heel right now, but like that just wasn't it. And also, AJ Styles has been in this company for like a bajillion years. Let's not change things now. For me, it just yeah, it didn't hit.
For me, why didn't they just bring back his Ring of Honor theme? I thought that that's what they were gonna do, and I was excited about that. And then it just didn't happen. And I'm like, what the hell is this garbage? So LA Knight with the save coming out with his theme. I loved it. What do you think of the match itself though?
I mean, I thought it was good. I think LA Knight is such a like classic wrestler in the fact that his style is very like typical wrestler, like what you expect to see when you go to a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles is very much a high flyer, and I think they had a good match. I'm
Yeah.
done with this feud though. It needs to be done.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it overall?
Um it was a little too short for me,
Hmm.
to be honest. But I mean, I thought the chemistry was good. I liked the spot with the when they were like on where I think it was LA Knight ripped up the mat. That was cool. They were going ham a little bit.
Oh my
Um
gosh, yeah.
but my only complaint is that I just think it could have been a little bit longer. I feel like it should take that long, or it shouldn't take that short amount of time to defeat AJ Styles.
Mhm.
Like, hello. But yeah, it was really good. I think AJ's ego kind of got the better of him at the end of the match, and AJ, LA Knight, excuse me, took advantage of that, and you love to see it. And shout out to AJ for putting over LA Knight, very
Yes.
respectable.
Yes.
Um, I will forever say this, just like Ed should have done with Finn Balor.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to AJ Styles for putting over LA Knight, 'cause I think he did a fantastic job with
Mhm.
making LA Knight look like a star. So overall, I enjoyed it. Would I watch this match again? Probably not.
Yeah, no. Maybe to hear the chants though, because I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh,
the
Mary, I'm
US
so excited to
Championship
tell you
with
about this match.
Logan, KO, and Randy. First of all, we didn't even talk about this. The Prime logo the on
Oh
the
yeah.
canvas
Yeah, it
and
wasn't that bad.
on the turnbuckles, but I'm sorry, WrestleMania, Triple H, you guys are going too hard with all these sponsors. There was a sponsor for pretty much every single match,
Yeah.
and like it was really distracting to me. Like it just felt really like out of place and just felt very forced with all of the different sponsors. And yeah, and the Prime logo being on the canvas, like I appreciate that it wasn't in color, that it was like
Yeah.
a black and white thing. But if that's really going to be on every pay-per-view going forward, like I'm not here
It's
for it.
fine. I honestly didn't even notice it at first. So I was happy
I
about
noticed
that.
it immediately.
I'm happy to tell you that first of all, not only was the whole crowd very loud for this match, but we were chanting shit like Powerade, and Gatorade. We started
That
chanting
was so funny.
We started chanting H2O at one point. Like, oh, it was great. Crowd hated Logan, and
As
loved
they
to see
should.
it.
As they
Loved
should.
to see it. But he retained.
As expected.
And then I Show Speed was there. I'm like, what?
Who?
I had a
Literally didn't even know who he was. I just was assuming that it was KSI under the thing, and then I was like, "Who is
I thought
this?"
I thought it was Jake Paul at first.
Oh, I'm
But
so
so
bad
I
for
Show
that.
Speed, he's a streamer. Probably one of the more popular streamers right now.
Mm.
Um, Most of the crowd, or at least the people, I don't want to speak for the whole crowd, but at least the people around me had no clue who he was.
Yeah.
Um, Even my friend who was with me didn't know, so I had to tell him, be like, "Oh, he's a streamer guy, whatever." I personally am not a fan, but respect to him for taking bumps and respect to all his success and all that stuff. But
Think
I don't know.
Randy
I
went
just
in on him.
Yeah, I know.
That was hilarious. Randy was not having it.
They were beating the shit out of Logan in the beginning of the match, and oh
Mhm.
my god, I think that was the most fired up I was. I was like, yeah. I think at one point I was like, break him in half. Oh wait, that's too much. Sorry, my bad. Got a little over the top, guys.
You
Don't
know,
actually injure him.
when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes you just yell stuff. Like I know that I do when I'm at wrestling shows. Like I just
Yeah,
start shouting random things that are like that are too much.
I
But
was
it's
like, wouldn't
okay.
it be crazy if they just snapped some ribs? Oh no, that's the.
And then when Logan had the brass knuckles, and then Randy took them and then gave them to the ref.
Yeah, that was
That was
great.
so funny. Like, and the ref just like put it in his pocket, like didn't know what to do. I thought that was really funny.
There was a
Uh,
lot of comedy between Randy and KO that I
yeah,
really enjoyed. The fact that they came to the rig together was really cool.
with the
Um,
golf cart. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I loved the little moment that KO and Sammy had before the match, but
Mhm.
it didn't really end up meaning anything because unfortunately, blonde YouTuber guy is
Mhm.
still the champ.
I was telling Jonathan, I was like, I hope Maddie is yelling her head off right now during this match and just saying the most outlandish things because
I can't repeat some of the things I said on this show.
I love that. But yeah, this match I enjoyed it. I think that Kevin Owens has such incredible comedic timing, and he's so funny and like
Yeah.
genuinely just funny with the things that he says and how he says them. And I think it just made this whole match better. Like watching it on TV, I feel like you definitely capture that a lot more. And also, Michael Cole was so sassy night two on commentary. Like Maddie, if
Was
you go
he?
back, yes, if you go back and watch he was just so sassy the whole time, and I was living for it.
I love that. I mean, let's give our props to Logan really quick, even though we don't want to. He did a great job. I love he's an amazing seller. He really, really is. And I love that he was able to do that. Obviously, it made KO and Randy look even better than they already are. One thing I will say, and I kind of can't believe I'm saying this. I wish that Logan was actually kind of wrestling a bit more. I feel like he was just kind of taking bumps most of the time. Logan is amazing in the ring. And even though I really don't like him as a person, I really do enjoy watching him and his work because he has such immense talent when it comes to the ring. So that was my only complaint.
Mhm.
That the champion looked very, very weak. But at the same time, you're in there with two future Hall
Yeah,
of Famers.
it was
So
2-on-1, so
yeah.
really, I don't think he looked that weak, but I definitely think he's gonna be champion until SummerSlam, and then I hope he loses at SummerSlam. To who?
I don't think he's gonna lose in his hometown.
Why not? They've done that to people in the past.
Yeah, for real.
They've done
Fuck
that to
that.
people.
KSI just takes the title from him.
Oh.
No, I'm
Well,
kind
moving on to my favorite match of the entire night,
of.
Io Sky versus Bailey. Oh my gosh. I cried.
So,
I love Bailey.
that theme song.
What? Bailey's? What's wrong with it?
I don't like it. Is Bailey
Well,
Egyptian? Am I missing something?
no, so they explained it on commentary. In her, I think it's like in her hometown in San Jose, there
Mhm.
is a park that's like Egyptian themed.
Okay.
I don't know why, I don't know the full story behind it, but they kind of explain that that was like kind of what
Okay.
she was representing.
Yeah, I wish I would have
At
heard
first I
that.
thought she was going, yeah, at first I thought she was going for like the Aztec pyramids or like something like that because
Mhm.
she's Mexican. So like I
Yeah.
thought that that was like the direction, but then I realized it was like Egyptian. But yeah, so they explained it on the commentary. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure that was probably kind of confusing.
Yeah,
But
because everybody around me was like, "She's from Egypt?"
her entrance slayed. She looked
Yeah.
so good. She looked
But
so good.
Io's entrance.
Oh my gosh. Io, like
Oh!
I love how she walks to the ring like she's drunk, like she's leaving the bar.
Girly all over the place.
Girly had some seltzers and she's on her way to the ring.
She's been doing that for ever, though. I
Yeah.
love it, though. That's kinda, in my opinion, her way of, like, getting everybody ready, everybody riled up, like, "Let's go, Io." Crowd loved Io. Crowd adored Bailey, though,
Yeah.
and I don't know, there was a few times where I thought Io might end up on top. Um, I remember I've said this quite a few times that I really don't like Bailey's rose plant finisher, and I still don't.
Mhm.
But Io made me like it in that one time because she sold it so well and it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Io, she's so good at selling, like everything.
Yeah.
And she's just an incredible performer. I wish that her title reign would have been a little bit better. I feel like it was, it was definitely lacking because they didn't give her a lot of opportunities to defend the title.
Yeah.
Um, but
But it's
I'm
not her fault though. We're not
no,
blaming
yeah,
her, guys.
it's
We're
not her
not
fault.
blaming her.
But I'm so happy for Bailey. I'm actually glad that Damage Control didn't try to intervene. Uh,
Yeah.
I think it made Io look like a better champion. That she was out
Yeah.
there doing it by herself. But yeah, that crowd, you guys were popping off with those "Hey Bailey"
Oh
chants.
yeah, that was so much fun, dude. Oh,
And
that
it was
was
like
so
never
fun.
ending. It was like the entire match was the "Hey
Pretty sure we did
Bailey."
it from start to finish, yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. I loved it, and I
We kinda
love that.
took turns going around the arena. Some sections would do it, and then we'd do it. Like, it was just
Mhm.
fun. This was a great I really loved this match so
I
much.
I loved this match. I was literally standing up the whole time, just stressed, and I'm so happy for Bailey. She deserved
Yeah,
it.
she does. She really does.
And now, the end of night 2 of
Avengers,
WrestleMania,
assemble!
when stuff hit the fan, but I feel like I wanted more. Is that crazy?
Girl, shut up.
I wanted more. I
What do
don't
you
know.
mean?
I don't know. Like, Cody and Roman, obviously, they killed it. This was better than their match last year, I feel. And Roman, like, actually put in so much more work for this match than he has in the past,
Yeah.
which I really respected. And his hug with Paul Heyman afterwards, like, uh, and I was just so emotional when Cody won. Samantha Irving made me more emotional
Oh
because
my
she was
god.
emotional when she was announcing that Cody won. And obviously, we had so many things happen. John Cena came out, The Undertaker came out. Like, for what? Like, it was,
Well,
I mean, it was
that's the
iconic.
thing, like, it was so everything made sense, you know, obviously, when Jimmy comes out, then Jay comes out, takes his
Mhm.
ass out, Solo comes out, Cena comes out because Solo took out Cena at Crown Jewel, and then Rock comes out, obviously, we know about Rock and Cena's feud,
Yeah.
and then Taker comes out, he wants revenge on Heyman and Roman for what they did, you know, before, and it was just madness, and to be there in person, I just can never explain to you guys how insane that was. I I have never screamed so loud in my life. I did cry when Cody won. I'm getting
Mhm.
kind of choked up talking about it now because it was just the most special thing
Yeah.
in the world, and to just experience that with so many, like, not my Philly people, you know, born and raised, that was cool. It was so amazing, and it just, you know, it was it was so great,
Like,
man. Just great.
just seeing where Cody started and where he is now and all of the shit that he's been through and all of the trials and tribulations, like everything led up to this moment. And I'm so happy that Triple H is giving him this moment. I feel like he understands the importance of family legacies and for cementing that in wrestling history. And like I'm gonna get like choked up thinking about it,
No, I know.
uh, but like I literally was like sobbing when Cody held the title, and then Brandy slayed.
Slay.
She looked incredible. I
She
was
got a
still,
big pop too.
yeah, she did, and that was awesome.
And
And
he
I was really
finally
hoping,
presented the title to Mama Rose.
I was still hoping that Mama Rose was gonna slap The Rock, but it did
Yeah,
not happen.
girly kind of let me down. Like she was
Yeah,
doing a lot of yell. Well, I mean, to be fair, Rock didn't actually like walk over to her, so
I wish he would have. I wish he would have gotten in her face, and then she would have
jump the
slapped
barricade.
his face. I loved her yelling at him and like
Yeah,
cussing at him. That was so good.
she was cussing.
And then oh yeah,
I have to
oh
rewatch it. I have to rewatch it.
yeah, watch it back. Mama Rose is going in. Um,
Okay.
and then when everybody came out, like Randy, Seth coming out to the Shield music,
Steffi.
I literally for half a second thought that Dean was gonna come out.
We all
They
did. We
they
all
fooled me.
did. We all did.
They played us for fools, and then Seth came out in the Shield gear. How did he get his hair dyed so quickly? That I don't understand. Was it a wig? I don't know.
No, I
Um,
don't think so.
and then Roman hitting him with the chair. It just brings it full circle. This whole thing, like literally, I have chills right now because the whole thing was just,
It was a movie.
it, yeah, it was for lack of a better word, cinema. Um,
Your most
but
unhealthy obsessions will cost you in the So this is my problem, and like I want to like quickly touch on this. A lot of people were like, "Oh, Seth just went in there and did nothing. Like he didn't need to do anything. All he needed to do was play that song and be in the ring, and that was
mhm,
enough for Roman
mhm,
to lose his title because he didn't need to do shit. Roman was still so obsessed with this whole "you broke my heart." Not saying like he was always obsessing over Seth and stuff,
mhm,
but like "you broke my heart" with the shield. And so he chose to hit Seth instead of his opponent, and
yeah,
that's where he messed up. And that's
yeah,
all Seth had to do. A lot of you guys didn't understand that. Maybe I'm not like people in the chat, but just people in general didn't
mhm,
get that. And I'm like, how is this going over your head? He's a visionary. He's a manipulator. He doesn't need to be doing anything. That was
mhm.
enough. And it was beautiful.
Yeah, it just that long-term storytelling, literally 10 years pretty much.
Oh,
Like it was just absolutely insane. And Paul Heyman's face when Cody won, like Paul Heyman just has the best facial expressions. Like you believe everything that that man feels. And yeah, this was 10 out of 10. I mean,
I was crying laughing when he's like,
yeah. Yeah, and then obviously like all the faces came to the ring. Um it was weird that LA Knight was there for me. Like I don't know. I feel like he
well,
was kind of like
he lost to Roman at Crown Jewel and was cost
yeah,
the match, so I figured that's why.
I know, but like he's like not close with Cody, so like that was kind of weird to me, but
I mean,
the fact
maybe
that
they are backstage,
I mean,
maybe.
yeah, maybe. But, you know, Randy, John, Jay, Sammy, like it's Kevin,
Mhm.
Seth, like just it was just such a beautiful moment and a
Yeah.
perfect way to end WrestleMania 40 night 2.
I think that we should definitely take a moment to acknowledge what Roman Reigns has done, being the top guy. And we
Mhm.
never do this, y'all. So take a minute, okay, and realize what we're about to do. Roman Reigns being the top guy for almost 4 years, that's not an
It's
easy
tough.
thing to do.
It's tough.
And when you have eyes on you all the time, people wonder when you're going to show up. People are dying to know what you're going to do next. Who is he going to face next? What is he going to say when he picks up a microphone? It's really, really special. Do I think Roman's title reign could have been booked better? Yes, but I think for honestly 90% of it was absolutely perfect. I was again frustrated towards the end when he just wasn't showing up or defending it. I
Yeah.
understand why, but at the same time, it's like, come on. But at the end of the day, that is so much hard work that this man has put in. The face of the company for almost 4 years.
Mhm.
People are clinging onto his every word as they should. This is a powerful man. This is a smart person, a strong person, an incredible human being that deserves. I'm not going to. I acknowledge Joe. I do not acknowledge Roman. And I'll give you guys that. But I will say thank you, Roman, truly, for one of the best title reigns we've ever seen, some of the best feuds we've ever seen, some of the best moments we've ever seen. I really do hope that he is going to do more in the WWE. I don't think any of us are ready to let him go. Yeah, this is definitely a rare moment that I'll say something like this, but thank you, Roman Reigns, because this has been very, very special. And I'm very happy Roman had his title and reign ended in a very special way. It was what he deserved. So we we acknowledge I can't do it. We acknowledge the work that he's done. Okay. The tribal
we
chief though, kiss my ass. And I'm so sorry, Mary. I have to do this. Bloodline fans, eat shit. I'm so sorry. Y'all have been harassing me for a year. How does this L taste? I bet it tastes good because all y'all's tears taste like a fucking Hershey bar. Okay, I'll stop.
I really thought we were gonna end on this like heartfelt moment, but
Nope.
Maddie just had to come out with the tea. But
Well, that's
no,
for
I
Roman
agree.
fans, not Roman.
Yeah, I agree though. We acknowledge Joe,
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
think this storyline that had developed, you know, since 2 months ago with The Rock coming out in Vegas and like them completely turning everything around and changing the direction. I think it was for the better. And you know what? Just because we're Cody crybabies, y'all are just mad that we changed the outcome. And now we have Cody as the champion. And I don't know who his first opponent is going to be, if it's going to be a rematch with Roman or if it's going to be The Rock. I don't know.
Think we're gonna
But
find out tonight. Oh no, that's for Damien's belt. I'm sorry, guys. My bad.
yeah. So we'll see Cody on SmackDown. He's now going to be a SmackDown guy. So I'm interested to see how that kind of changes the tide. They did announce that there's going to be a draft on April 26th, I believe,
Early.
on SmackDown. No, it usually takes place like a little bit after Mania because
Okay.
they're like resetting, you know. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for the draft. One thing that I wanted to mention really quick before we go off the air is the new NXT Women's North American Championship
Yes.
title. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry if you have headphones on, but like I am so stoked on this that the NXT is getting a new women's belt, and it gives me so much hope that we're gonna get a new women's title for the main roster. Guys, we got to keep manifesting it. We're almost there, and I'm so
Take
excited
notes,
for this
Triple
new
H.
title.
Take notes. Shawn Michaels. Take notes from Shawn Michaels.
I mean, NXT is still Triple H's baby, so like he was probably in that decision. But I love that they're giving them a new title, and I think
Yeah.
I think after the draft, they should announce a new women's title on the main roster.
Yes, please.
Whatever it's gonna be, please just let it be cute and not ugly. Thank you.
It would be so special. Like
Yeah,
it would give so many women a chance to get involved and actually be on TV for a reason and not these rando tag thrown together tag matches, you know? Like
exactly. Exactly. So, having said that, I look forward to watching Raw tomorrow because I can't watch it tonight, but I'm
I'm
excited
gonna go watch
and
it.
I am reinvigorated
Yeah.
for wrestling and for the year to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed our review of WrestleMania 40. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow Meet Us in the Ring on all of our social platforms. Follow both of us on our socials, and we will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.
Thank you, Roman Reigns.